I'm going to be canning corn on the cob today. I'm going to be cutting each cob into smaller pieces to go into quart jars. And yes, this would be easier with a meat cleaver, but I don't have one of them. These have been washed. Ow. Be careful of your fingers. Some of the thicker ones just don't want to be cut. There we go. And I am doing this as part of the Every Bit Counts challenge. Last one. I'm going to place these cobs in boiling water for 3 minutes before I start jarring them up. The water is just now starting back to boiling, so I'm going to set my timer for 3 minutes. Round 2 is now in the pot. I'll wait for the water to return to a boil and start it back for 3 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to sip a cup of coffee. Alright, time to take round 2 out. And I'm just dropping them into a colander with a bowl underneath it. Excuse the blowing, the air conditioner just came on because it's getting kind of hot in here. I'll see you back after round 3. Last batch is coming out of the boiling water right now, and I'm going to pour out this boiling water, put some fresh water in it, and boil it to use in the jars. I'll be back when I'm ready to can it up. While I'm waiting for the second round to boil, I'm going to tell you what I discovered. Only about 4 of this size can fit in a jar. But when I cut it in half, I can get a lot more. 4 is only the equivalent of 1 cob. And let me show you, I'm starting to bruise because I was using my hand to push down on the knife. So take precautions. Use a towel if you have to. The knife is sharp. Be careful. Alright, last jar. Hopefully I can get all of these in here. I am trying to put them in carefully so that they will all fit. And I can't say this is rubble canning or not, simply because I found several sites that said you can whole corn on the cob, but then when I go into the articles, they all tell you how to take it off the cob. So this is me experimenting. And I think we'll have a couple left for a snack. Let's see if I can get this whole one in there. Probably not. Maybe. Yep. And I can get a small one across the top. There you go. And everything is below the 1 inch mark. All right, I'll be back when I'm putting them in the canner. All right, I have my boiling water. I have my wet towel for cleaning the rims and my 7 jars for my canner. In this boiling water, I did put a little bit of onion powder and about a tablespoon of canning salt. And I'm going to use it to fill up each jar. To my right, I have my lids and my rings. And I do not have my debubbler. I'll be right back. Hold on. Well, seems that my debubbler is not where I last thought it was, so I'm going to use a cake spatula. And I'm going to go around the sides. This is coming in handy because it goes down a little bit further than that bubbler would. And I'm going to release all of the bubbles out of that. And my water level went down just a tiny bit, and so I'm going to add just a tiny bit more water to it to bring the level back up. I'm going to take my towel and I'm going to carefully clean the sides. Take my lid, I'm going to put it on, and I'm left-handed, so I'm going to take my right hand and make it fingertip tight. I'm using that because I know that I won't make it too tight if I use my weaker hand. I'll be back when I'm putting these all in the jars. Alright, last 2 jars are going in. This is a Presto 16 quart canner, and it holds comfortably 7 quarts. My rubber gasket has been oiled with a little bit of olive oil, and I have made sure that this little hole is perfectly clear and that this moves freely, and this is right here is not messed up or trying to come out. All right, I'm going to lock this on, and I'm going to can this. It's supposed to be canned at 10 pounds of pressure for my elevation, but my stove tends to run a little funny, so it usually lands between 11 and 12 pounds of pressure. Let's see here. I am going to rotate the canner around so that my arrows can line up and I can see my pressure gauge. There we go, arrows lining up. Then I'm going to turn it so that it's sealed. And then once it comes to a boil and this little pressure release valve is fully steaming for 10 minutes, I'll put on my weight. We'll be back at that time. All right, you see this steam coming out of here? It needs to come out for 10 whole minutes. And then I will put my weighted gauge on there and let it process for 85 minutes. Okay, it's been 10 minutes, and now I'm going to add my weight, and I'm going to process it. I'm processing it based on the weight, not based on the gauge. And I'm going to process it for 85 minutes, which is an hour and 50. There we go. An hour and 15 minutes. And we'll be back when it's ready to take them out of the jar. In the meanwhile, if you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications for further uploads. Okay, it has been 85 minutes. I'm going to turn the stove off. Leave the pot where it is on the heat and let it cool off naturally. When this goes down, all the way down, that will let me know that the pressure has been released from the pot and from the pressure canner, and then I will take the jars out. In a minute, I'm going to be dropping my daughter off somewhere, so I'll be back to take these out of the can, and I'll be back with you shortly. All right, this little thing has gone all the way down. I'm going to remove the pressure gauge, and I'm going to open the lid away from me so that I'm not getting a face full of steam and I'm not burning myself. Alright. There we go. I hear some bubbling going on. There we go. Doesn't that look beautiful? They're still bubbling away, but you can see it's clear. And that's what happens when you cook it a little bit. So when I take it and put it in the boiling water for 3 minutes, it allows a lot of the air to escape from my son just turned the light on for me. It allows a lot of the air to escape. There we go. And when the air escapes, allows the keep you from have overboiling. These are some rather loud jars today. I got 7 jars from 12 ears of corn. They'll sit on the countertop overnight for 24 hours, 12 to 24 hours, and be ready to go on the shelf in the morning. Thank you for joining me on Dreaming of an Eccles Homestead. I hope you like what you saw and that you'll give me a thumbs up. Subscribe and hit that bell for more notifications. This is all based off of the Three Rivers Homestead Every Bit Count Challenge. Thank you and have a blessed day.